Our first panelist for today, he is somebody you would definitely admire because he has done an amazing job. Let me introduce him to us. Our first panelist for today is he's the founder and CEO of iFitness, arguably the fastest growing health and fitness franchise in West Africa and one of Africa's most recognized brand. As a serial entrepreneur, he has his business footprint spanning sales and marketing technology solutions across the retail and distribution value chain, which is a very important value chain in the franchising industry. He's astute at building multi-location businesses, of which iFitness is a testimony of his business acumen and expansion prowess. Please welcome our first panelist for today to this roundtable, Mr. Foluso Ogunwale.
Hi, everyone. Hope all is well.
Very well, sir. Good to hear from you.
Fantastic. I wanted to be sure you could hear me.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
First question I have for you, sir, is iFitness is the fastest growing fitness chain in Africa. As you undergo rapid global expansion, how have your expansion support needs in terms of skill set of your hires or understanding of your peculiar needs by service providers changed? Because you've built a brand that is originally Nigerian, native to Nigeria, and has met requirements that most foreign brands who come into this sector have not been able to pull off, and they have had to run away.
Thanks a lot. So, I mean, that's a very good question. So, I mean, typically, I would say that for every business that is scaling, meaning that businesses can grow and businesses can scale. So scaling means that you're not growing marginally, you're growing exponentially, right? I mean, you're doubling in size within a very short period, tripling in size. In 6 months, you're maybe double, triple in size. That's exponential growth. Those kind of pressures would come for you to review your operations and things like that. So, for instance, the kind of skill set that you need in your first year when the business is at a certain size will be different from the kind of skill set you need by year 2 when the business is 4 times bigger, right? Those are, realities in operations. They are the realities of operations. In fact, the people that could serve you when you are 3-4 locations may not be able to serve you again when you are like 20 locations, right? Those things are just, the things that we've got to be aware of before the growth comes. Because what happens a lot of times is, you close your eyes and by the time you open it, you're seeing a totally different company, right? So it's normal. So for everybody on the call, my suggestion is, regardless of the size of your business now, so long as you're wanting to scale, you must have it in mind that some things will not work again, right? So some people are serving you. In fact, your software may not work again, right? You may have some, members of staff who are the pioneer staff who may not be able to cope with the new demands. But the good thing is to be aware of those kind of pressures ahead so that when you are crossing the bridge, you are not feeling disoriented. You get what I mean? You sort of know that it's a problem with growth. It comes with growth, right? So I would summarize by saying that necessarily skill sets will change. When it comes to people, I would say as much as possible, you want to grow as many people as you can. But the honest truth is, some people may not just be able to, right? By nature of the demand of the organization. However, you must try to grow as many people as possible. However, regardless of how you look at it, when it comes to hiring, when it comes to people, you will need to make some changes. There's no doubt about that because of scale. And secondly, when it comes to service providers, your suppliers, the kind of people you're dealing with that surround your operations, you also start to look at those people. They may not be able to serve you again. Somebody who is serving you when you have 2 locations may not be able to serve you when you have 20, right? But it's good to have these things in mind before you get to that point.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm going to ask you another quick question. This question goes, the Nigerian fitness sector is currently growing rapidly with some global fitness brands operating over 3,000 outlets, indicating the potential growth for your brand, iFitness. What support gaps do you want to see closed to support franchises or expanding business as yours to compete with your global peers? both local support and strategic support that you consider stakeholders can bring to the table? Thank you, Scott.
Okay, so the one that comes readily to mind, especially like you're taking a cue behind the first question, one that comes readily to mind is making sure that as you grow, you're able to standardize as much as you can, and where you cannot, you must localize. So I give you an example. You are running a business, so we are thinking of opening in Accra very soon. Some things may be standardized, right? From how we're doing it here, global best practice and stuff like that. But Accra is a different city, it's a different country, right? When you're going to a different, in fact, even within Nigeria, some things may work in Lagos and may not work somewhere in Southwest. So making sure that, we're not being dogmatic, we're being flexible is very key. I think that's major support that is needed. The operations is good, is solid, but then also flexible in certain areas. So like I said, standardize where it's possible to standardize, and you must be able to localize where you cannot apply, those necessary standards. I think that's a major support that we are looking at now. Another one that I would like to close with is also making sure that as much as possible, we are using resource that is able to help us within a certain area. So let me give an example. Should we plan to open outside of Nigeria, it will be very important to partner with the locals of where we're going. They know the terrain, they understand what is going on. And that's why working with a good partner in terms of scaling helps, because they would have thought about the things that you are not thinking about as a business. They know that if you go to Benin Republic, for instance, right, you're likely to be seeing different set of human beings, you're likely to be seeing different kind of laws. So partnering with the locals there becomes a major support. Now, operationally, if you've got very good support system, and that's why people like the AFI, they're here, they help you think about those things, because you are worried about operations, you just want to run your business. Some people will think about the things that you are not yet worried about, almost more or less helping you to, while you are worried about the business, they're helping you to shed light on areas that, you're probably not thinking about at the moment. So those are the two things.
Thank you very much, sir. I know you round up with that question. I'll ask you one last question, just as a sign-off question, and it's a bit personal to someone like you who has done franchising in our environment and has done a good job with it. We have a mixed crowd here, and the Institute caters to not only franchisees, but franchisors, career service experts who are working in the sector. Now, I see from your first conversation about understanding the dynamics of change, where the changes that need to happen when you are one outlet and when you are 10 outlets, from the place of a franchisor. And when you speak to career professional experts, especially on the need for flexibility, I want that to be your closing remarks. Let them understand the dynamics from your angle. So when a franchisor engages career service providers in that sector, they understand the challenges on their side. In 1 minute, if you can round up with that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so if I get you right, are you referring to maintaining flexibility as you grow? Is that what you're?
Yes, that's what I'm referring to, sir.
Okay, fine. So that is not even negotiable. Growth comes with a lot of complexity, and in fact, the complexity in business will always kill the growth eventually, right? So there's need to remain nimble, to remain flexible as we grow. That cannot be overemphasized, because as you grow, like I said earlier, some things will not just work, right? What happens to us as entrepreneurs a lot of times is that we want to do the same. You think that the same magic that worked this year will work next year, right? When one is scaling, the magic may not, you pull the magic and it doesn't just work again. Or you want to go and replicate the same magic you did in Lagos, you want to go and replicate it in Abuja and it doesn't just work. So I would say flexibility is key, but we must stay hungry. We must keep, our objectives very clear cut. What I like about this kind of program is it talks about growth a lot. It talks about expansion and things like that. And I think that one should not get unnecessarily carried away or get worried by the challenges and now drop the objective. The objective needs to stay front and center, which is scaling growth. Now, the thing that we should be talking about is how do we manage the pressures that come with the growth,
Thank you very much, sir. It was so good to have you on.